current scenario, all the world countries are affected with this COVID, and one of the important sectors which is badly hit with COVID is the academic institutions. Students who were originally aspiring to go for higher studies in US and other European countries are slightly skeptical now whether to go for higher studies at this point of time or whether they defer their studies for a couple of years. This is primarily because of two reasons. One is that the health conditions of overall society is not so good. So therefore, I mean, the associated risk traveling abroad, there are travel restrictions. The second is the opportunities after completing this course. Now, in all these Western countries, there is lots of opportunities for the people who are already working there and studying there. So a person who is completing their studies in another 1 year, 2 years, 3 years time from these countries will definitely have lesser opportunities. So if you are having an opportunity, an admission in a good institution with full fee waivership or with good stipend, then probably you can explore, because you have already a backup with you to survive in those countries for next 2 years. But if you are planning to take a bank loan and go for higher studies, then it will be a big liability sometimes once you complete the course, because you will have a liability of maybe 40 or 50 lakh rupees, and you may not get the opportunity that you were expecting after completing this master's program. So therefore, a better opportunity would be to go for a master's program in India, which is reasonably inexpensive, and you are likely to get a good opportunity through campus placement if you do a master's from a good institution, just IITs or NITs or similar institutions. So again, my answer is like it depends on your background. If you can financially afford the risk associated with a master's program at this point of time, then you can go for that. But otherwise, I don't really recommend to go for a higher studies program with all the multiple risks involved in the current scenario. Another point is the opportunity for getting part-time jobs. Generally, people go for master's studies will have very minimal scholarships, and they manage their expenses by going for some part-time jobs also. So now the overall scenario is that all restaurants are closed, all events are cancelled. The opportunities for getting a part-time job in Western countries is very less. So that is also another difficulty that one may experience considering a higher studies option abroad. So a student needs to consider all these aspects while deciding whether to go for a master's program abroad or maybe in India. I really do not know what exactly is the career plan and the academic background of this candidate. So if he is having an engineering degree and wants to pursue a post-graduation in safety engineering, that would be a good option. I really do not know which are the institutions in India or abroad which offers such postgraduate program. But if safety is a very important requirement, industrial safety and various other safety protocols are imposed on various sectors, including health sectors. So therefore, it would be a good career option. But if it is a graduate program, BTech program, then the BTech program has to be carefully chosen. There are only very few institutions in the country offers a BTech program in, say, fire and safety engineering or similar courses. So if you get into a good institution, then there would be good opportunity once you complete this course. But directly, if you go for some certification courses, maybe 6 months, 1 year courses, by looking at some advertisements of some courses and all, I really do not know whether that will give you career career opportunity. It is better to go for a solid degree first, and then with that background, you will be able to go for higher studies in your domain of interest with some specialized programs also. And with both put together, like your basic background and the specialization, you will be able to get into go. This is a question related to pursuing MBA, either directly after MTech, BTech, or to go for working a few years and then go for MBA. There are different schools of thought, but what we have observed is that most people who go for MBA work in the industry after their BTech or other graduation for a couple of years and then go for MBA. And this is primarily because of a couple of reasons. Firstly, many good management institutions give some weightages for experience because CAT score or similar scores are not the only metrics that they consider by giving admission for MBA. They consider their mark from 10 onwards to graduate level. As well as experience and in industry for 2 to 3 years. Beyond 2 to 3 years may not be that productive because maximum weightage will be given for 2 to 3 years of experience. And also some other, if you're having some diverse academic background, like other than engineering, you'll get a slightly better advantage in cumulative score for admission is concerned. So what I would generally recommend is to go for MBA program after 2 to 3 years of work experience. One another reason for this is that the students will gain some, the work and involved in a company and kind of projects that they do, the kind of focus areas that are coming up in the industry in a couple of years ahead, and understand the organizational culture in a better way, and then decide like what would be the specialization, whether it is marketing or finance or operations or supply chain or HR, which one is more suited to your skill sets. But then maybe 20% of people also go for MBA program directly. Which is okay. I mean, basically kind of risk that they take, and during the course of the study, probably they will have to choose some area without much understanding of that area. But then eventually, after a few years, they may also succeed in their field of studies. Yeah. The student has asked about the skill sets that he has to acquire for getting a good opportunity in the chemical and production sectors. The student is specifically focusing on learning multiple things like Python, data science, R, etc. But one characteristic point that he has mentioned is that he tries to learn things, lot of things in bits and pieces. So I would rather advise the student to go for a little more focused study on, say, a decent programming language. Python would be a good option. But one needs to learn things in a more rigorous manner rather than learning things in bits and pieces, especially in the current times of uncertainty. Companies will be looking for people who have a specific skill set and as well as in-depth skills. So the opportunities coming to the campuses and even to the open market would be less, obviously. But if you are having very good skill set, then you cannot be finding difficulty. So here in this particular case, there are, uncertainties on what the production and chemical industry would require with these kind of skill set. But then for that, the student needs to do a little more research on, or maybe talk to experts in these industries to understand, say process control, for example, how the process control area is emerging now with the introduction of artificial intelligence and all. What are the skill set companies are really looking for, and then try to learn those skill sets. And there are a lot of courses available on this programming language. For example, if you're interested in learn Python, it's a very good option to do a decent course in Python from Coursera or any other platform, and then do some meaningful projects. That one needs to do one end-to-end project in the chosen area of interest to understand the application of language in that particular domain. And then, then only it will help fetch the interest of employers to you. So, rather than learning lot of things, there are a lot of buzzwords these times. Rather than learning all these buzzwords together, it is always better to, focus on specific skill sets that are required in your area of interest, but in an in-depth manner. So that's what I personally advise. Thank you. This question is about exploring job market after BBA or to go for an MBA. As such, current job market is very bad, especially for a person with BBA. The opportunities will be very less in the current market. So I will definitely advise you to go for a master's program. MBA is a good option in a good institution, which is also very important because there are a lot of institutions offering MBA programs. So try to do an MBA in the coming academic year or maybe in the next academic year from a good institution, which will give you a cushioning period of about 2 years now in the academic institutions. As part of MBA, you will be able to do the internship also in an industry. And definitely the situation could be much better after 2 years. So once you complete the MBA and try to explore the job market, you will have a better prospects. That's what I strongly feel. And while doing MBA also, you can look at the sectors which may boom after 2 years. So for example, the healthcare industry is the kind of post-COVID scenario. There will be a lot of opportunities in the healthcare industry. So healthcare management would be a good option. Or similar, depending on your interest, you can explore what would be the management specializations which may fetch more opportunities in the market after 3 years. Accordingly, you can select this specialization. So I advise you to go for higher studies. The concerns raised by the student are that the online evaluation methodologies employed for evaluation projects are not very appealing, and how the projects can be completed with the limited kind of mobility allowed now, etc. So first thing is that the project at the master's level is primarily between the student and the supervisor. So because of the current scenario, one needs to devise new strategies for getting adequate data for doing projects. Going to various places for collecting data may not be practical at this point of time. So maybe we may have to resort to the data available in the public domains, internet and various other public domains, and confine your studies to, works which we can do in the present circumstances. Or maybe you may have to wait how the situation evolves and then plan for your studies. And you can also even try to collect data through various surveys where information can be collected by electronic means. And regarding the evaluation methodologies, now Zoom, Google Meet, etc. are becoming norms for online content delivery and online evaluations. And these technologies are giving us a lot of freedom and convenience for our day-to-day life now. So we and there are a lot of platforms which are basically helpful for doing it in a very smooth manner, and therefore one need not be worried about the efficiency of these platforms, but one needs to adjust ourselves to the challenging requirements that we have now and come up with the best solutions that one can use to convey your ideas. So probably, you may have to devise new presentation strategies, presentation materials, which will have better visibility and feeling to be conveyed in an online assessment kind of methodology. So you can prepare videos, you can prepare very interactive PPTs, and you can share your screen with the evaluation panel and then convey the ideas in a meaningful manner. So probably these are all small challenges, but they will be more opportunities for us to explore and pursue the ideas.